welcome to page 2 of Doc's Diary. Oh, the story that was written in page 1 had a little bit of change, but also a little bit of the same. This whole week has been very trying, tiring, and frustrating for the most part. Even the success that I did experience and had in the Xfinity series, for some reason, just doesn't feel as fulfilling. I guess it's just because the Xfinity series car to me is just booty cheeks. So you may as well just go every time you get in it. You know what I'm saying? The Xfinity car is just slow. It's not that fun, and I don't enjoy it. But that is just my opinion. I'm sure there's somebody out there that thinks the Xfinity cars are fantastic and enjoy. But whenever you're reading a diary, you're kind of reading the thoughts and opinion of the writer, and I'm the writer. So, Xfinity series, boo. But I did get my first top 5, and that is something to be proud about and happy about, and be able to have a little bit of positive momentum. I was able to run what was a pretty dang clean race. Kudos to the UTLR Xfinity, which I need to call it National Series because that's what it's called within UTLR. But shout out to them because that was the cleanest race of the week. And in terms of racing quality, it was fun. In terms of the car, burn. I don't know how to write that, but that's truly how I feel. But really, kudos to that whole race. I wish I could talk about it a lot, but the fact that Xfinity Series is like to me the 4th on my pegging order of what I really like, I don't know. I just didn't take as much out of it. I guess just the frustrations that was in the first race, which was the trucks and the Cup Series, the disappointment, just something about the Xfinity wasn't able to get me out of the hole that I dug for myself. Kind of got me back to where my head was above, like, hello. But unfortunately, it was very, very next day in the ARCA race. And I was happier yesterday if I'd done a diary, but decided to wait until after ARCA, and now it's the next day, and I'm like, ARCA went absolutely freaking terrible. Had a good car. Led a lot of laps early on. Me and Clater specifically was working together wonderfully. Had a good rhythm going, good vibe. It was great. And then in the middle of the race, I was like, man, we're racing pretty clean. This is surprising. I need to save some fuel, and I can't do that as the leader. At least if I can, it's going to be me driving so slow, and people's just going to blow by me, so you really can't do it. So I decided to drop back a little bit, and all of a sudden started the caution 350. There was one weird moment to where I wrecked about 6, and someone was like, what happened? And it's like, that was the worst push I've ever seen. The worst should be in the turn. He was giving him a push. And I asked about 6, it's like, did I really even touch you? And he said, no, I didn't think so. Just my car went crazy. I was like, I didn't feel like I really pushed you. I was like, we were closer. If we did touch, it was just barely. But man, his car went away so quick. And I was like, that was horrible. But from the driver and the guy that got wrecked, we're teammates. And I asked him on the stream, I was like, did I do it? He's like, Kenny said, dude, I'm telling you that I didn't feel anything. So that was a really weird moment, and there was a lot of weird instances that race because the ARCA car is so finicky that you just don't know when you can and when you can't trust it. The only time you can trust it is if no one's in front of you, like on your front bumper, and no one's on your rear bumper. Like, you just need space. Then it's fine, but it's completely different. But at the end, I was able to get back up front, and the same thing happened to me. Clater gave me what I thought was a clean push, what he thought was a clean push, but it was in the turn a little bit, just like Tristan was if I pushed him. The slightest little bit, I don't know what happened, I don't know the science. I even went back and watched the video, but my car spun around so fast that I didn't even have time to acknowledge it, to understand what was happening or anything. And guys, my puppy heard Clater's, so she came up here, and that's her favorite driver if you don't know. Thank you, baby. I love you. You're a good little girl. But I got spun, took some damage, but I maintained the position. But I had 90% arrow on the restart and bogged the top line bad. Held everyone back on the start. Just wasn't good. Ended up getting spun out in the turn. Just no one did anything wrong. My car was just slow and everyone else was fast trying to go. Understandable. It was a green white checkered, so I had to stay out and they had to go. Pitted, made my way back up to probably about 6th, 7th. I hate it, but I had to. But ended up getting in a really weird situation. I think it was senior bagpipes, bad pops. That's it, not bagpipes. My bad. He kind of got a little swirly, and I kind of got into his rear bumper, so I let off not to do it. And then the back row came into me because I mean they don't really know what's going on, or if they do know, they don't care. It's the end of the race. I mean, people aren't. I'm learning you can't expect people to lift with 2 to go. They act like it's 1 to go, but I lifted, and next thing I know, I was in a bad situation, getting pushed up the track and spun, and my race was done, and I finished last. I'm ready for super speedway racing to be over. It can be the highest of highs or the lowest of lows, depending on how your luck goes. This week for me, even though I did have 1 4th place finish, was just a defeating week. And it's something that I'm going to have to bounce back from in UTLR. And I'm going to, but I'm definitely down right now. It's been a hard week. Just a lot of bad luck and maybe bad decisions. I don't know. Got to figure it out because Super Speedways is part of racing, and we're going to Atlanta next week, so it's going to be a lot of Atlanta, which is basically a miniature Super Speedway. A little bit different, but we'll see. But that has been this episode of Doc's Diary, or page, I should say. I appreciate anyone who tunes in to watch these. Hopefully you enjoy this little bit more mellow, laid-back content, and be looking. Speed Report is going to be coming out soon. It's been a work in progress. There's just so many things in life this time of year that keeps you busy. Guys, content's coming as soon as we can. I'm telling you, it's going to be more consistent and better come 2026. December, November is just busy months for family, friends, and holidays. So just bear with us here at the Lagging Legends Racing Network. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you when you turn the page. Page 3 in the future. When? I don't know. But it'll come. Bye. This hat, though. I do like my bucket hat.